In this video, I'll show you how I went and built this little drafting table for drawings. So hand drafting has kind of gone the way of the dinosaurs. It's still something I like to do as a kind of a hobby, a pastime. And if I'm working on a design that I don't really know how it's going to work out yet, sometimes it's nice just to have pencil and paper and just sketch stuff out and get ideas flowing before I start committing everything into the computer and working that way. What I wanted was a drafting table. I initially looked at buying or building a giant one and realized I don't need a giant one. I need a little portable one. I only draw on 11 by 17 paper or smaller. So something tiny would work great. And the commercial options I found I just wasn't happy with. Either they're very expensive or they were very cheap, and both having their pros and cons. I figured I could build a fairly inexpensive material-wise drafting table and build it fairly easily, and then still have something that I'm happy with and that looks nice, in my opinion anyways. So what I came up with was this table. It's a 3/4 inch MDF. I think I used a 2 foot by 4 foot piece. It uses bolts and some knockdown hardware like steel cross dowels for all the connections, some scrap aluminum, and a piece of scrap acrylic I had kicking around. And that works to give you a nice parallel rule. It's a nice registered adjustable slide so you can get everything nice and square. And it's easily removable, so if you wanted to run it vertically, you can run it that way as well. I put that handhold in it there, not only for moving it about, but also for if you wanted to thread a clamp through and let's say clamp it at one position, if you're running a set of lines or something like that, you wanted to keep everything squared away. Or you can take the whole unit off and not even worry about it, and just sketch freehand on a table that's nice and inclined towards you for making drawing nice. The top of this unit I just did with a polyurethane. I used a satin polyurethane. I put about 2 or 3 coats on, sanding between coats, and that gave it a super smooth finish, which is quite nice to draw on. And it's just soft enough that it'll take the point of a compass and it won't skate around on you, and then it won't nick the table up when you repeatedly use it. I mean, I guess if you used it enough, I don't know how many years or decades that would take to mar up the table, but it would just be another coat of polyurethane, or worst come to worst, you take the whole tabletop off and replace it, But 20, 30 bucks for a sheet of MDF. Build a lot of these. I think this one was built out of 2 foot by 4 foot section. I think I still had extra left over, so. Nothing too complicated, like I said, a couple angles. The one thing I'm really happy with though is the way I've kind of double constrained the parallel rule. These holes are all oversized so that I like it nice and loose so that I can move it quickly with one hand and sketch with my other hand. You could just as easily tighten this up if you like it nice and snug and draw with both hands. The whole plan for all the plans for these are I drew them up in CAD and I designed them in a way that anybody with basic hand tools could make it. Like I said, I made this one with a table saw and a drill press. You could just as easily make it with a skill saw and a drill press. As long as you can get one reference side relatively square. I mean, you could even go to the home center and get them to cut this one piece for you square on a panel saw or whatever they use. And then build the rest with just simple hand tools. And you'd have a nice little drawing table, take you a weekend and cost you 20, 30 bucks in parts. The cool thing about buying the plans, you can head over to my website if you like, or check the description below. Both will link to the plans. I charge $3. I try to charge $3 for all my plans. I feel it's a low cost of entry. I put a lot of work into my plans. This one specifically is 6 pages, full color, fully documented, and it also includes one-to-one printouts, like this one. This one specifically of the leg, just because I mean these 90s are easy to get, but some of these other angles, you don't want to have to draw them out and measure them and then get the layout position. You just print one of these out. This prints on 2 pieces of 8.5 by 11, so standard printer paper. The text is overlapped, so you can just overlap them, tape them, or glue them together. Stick them on whatever you want to cut it out of, and chop away. So that's the premise of it. Anything more I say, I'm just going to start rambling about drafting, so we'll cut it there. If you want to get your hands on a set of plans for this specific unit, like I said, description below to my website, you'll find it. It's under plans. It's a digital download, so you pay, you get a link sent to your email within like a minute or 2. Robots handle it all, so there's no waiting required. And I sized all the plans for 8.5 by 11, so standard printer paper. If you want to print it off as a hard copy, take it to the workshop, you're all good to go. As always, thanks to everybody for watching. Thanks for people who buy my plans, visit my website, buy my pens, silently watch, comment, whatever. Thank you all. I do this because I like it, but it's always nice to have an audience, so thanks. And I'll see you guys next time. Take care. Bye.